Over the course of my life, I've tried I think every single task manager that existed. Structured, Todoist, Tick, Habitica, Remember the Milk, Finch, Windows Task Manager. They are not bad apps, every one of them excelled at something. But every one of them missed a feature or two which were the deal breakers for me, and I wanted to combine their strengths into something more, something which would suit all my needs. So of course, as any programmer does, I decided to create my own task manager.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
My psychiatrist says I have autism and ADHD, commonly known as ODHD. So this led to the set of specific features which I needed from this kind of app. First of all, I need to see all my tasks at a glance. If I don't see a task, it doesn't exist. So I don't want to have separate views for today, tomorrow, and the rest of my tasks. I need all of it to be there all the time. Secondly, I am a night owl. My day doesn't end at midnight. It ends when I go to bed, which may happen at 2 or 3 in the morning. So imagine my frustration when I try to check in a daily task at night and the app yells at me, "You've lost your streak. The new day has begun." No, it didn't. I'm not even in my bed yet. I'm looking at you, Duolingo. So naturally, the next needed feature for me was the possibility to choose for yourself when the day ends. Surprisingly, Habitica has this feature. In fact, this is where I've got the idea from. Kudos to them. Finally, even if I create a task, even if it sits there watching me, I can just not plan it. I lack the impulse to say, hey, today I wanna do this task. So what I need is some sort of a suggestion. What if at the start of each day, the app would suggest me the tasks for today? Then I can plan my day accordingly, and I know this would sound insane, but actually complete my tasks. So with these main features in mind, I started working. Please note that I didn't have any programming skills before that. I briefly tried Unity to make my 6-hour small RPG game, but that hardly counts. In the end of 2024, I've played with Godot, the open source game engine. As any ADHD person does, I wanted to create my own game. But working with interfaces in Godot got me thinking, can I create a game consisting entirely of interfaces? Can I just make an app in Godot? So my long-awaited dream of a perfect task manager started to take shape with Godot. Possibly the worst choice you can make to start making apps, but hey, at least I got somewhere. I've got my precious columns working, the tasks could be created and saved, they could have dates, unlike me, and I even started working on drag and drop. That was before my father, who is an actual programmer, saw this heresy and asked me, why didn't I just use a normal app framework? And I said, there are app frameworks? That's when I got introduced to WPF, Windows Presentation Foundation, Microsoft's abandoned love child. I was over the moon. Turns out if you use tools specifically tailored to creating apps would be much easier. Who would have thought? I had to learn C# to use it, but that was no big deal since I've already had my experience with Unity. I lied to you when I said that doesn't count. I quite quickly implemented the features I've already had in Godot and reached for more. But mind you, at this stage I didn't even know what a database was, not to mention things like app architecture or view models. So I worked with WPF as if it was a game engine. I saved all the tasks in one big JSON, implemented a complex timer and counter features instead of, using some libraries or so. But I've managed to make drag and drop work. At the same time, I was researching how to make apps on Android, because of course eventually I wanted to port my app to mobile devices too. So I started to learn Kotlin by Google's own tutorials, and suddenly I've discovered that there are such things as app architecture, SQLite databases, reactive programming, testing, all that neat stuff that is supposed to be learned in university or something. What would I know? I've dropped out of my university. And all this stuff was interesting. I found myself really diving deep into this world, and I really liked Kotlin as a language. It wasn't as obtuse as C# or as Python-like as GDScript. Kotlin is neat, tidy, and very fun to write, and I suddenly realized that I found my favorite programming language. I wasn't even a programmer. Well, officially. So I took a side quest, as ADHD people do, and I've released a totally different app called Aucards, which allows you to create communication cards for non-verbal situations. Leave a comment below if you want me to make a video about that. After I published it to Google Play, I found myself to be an official Android developer. Yay! What was I about there? Right, Task Manager. I forgot about it. So, back to it. I don't like WPF anymore. Kotlin and I are friends now, and I want to keep writing things in Kotlin. If only there was a framework which would allow me to write apps on mobile and desktop, and all of it was in Kotlin. This is literally what I was looking for all this time. Finally, a framework I would enjoy, and this time, the third time, I would actually do it right. Now I know what an app architecture is, and I know how to create a database. Now I will properly structure my layers of code. Would you like me to give you a tour? You have 3 columns, you can add more. Rename them as you'd like. Add a task, add subtasks. Set it to repeat every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Add a reminder. Add another tab. Add more columns there. Start a new day. Mark the task that you managed to complete yesterday. Choose something to do for today. Go to settings and choose when your day ends. Change a theme. Open a calendar and see all your tasks at a glance. It's really simple, but a lot of work went into designing the systems to work in harmony together, and also to be a groundwork for my features to come. Habit tracking is an important feature for me, and it's the next one to be implemented. I also want an ability to see all my tasks on sort of a canvas, not grouped, not categorized, just floating in the empty space, like my brain cells. What features would you like to see in the app like this? I'd love to hear your thoughts. You can already try Autasker for yourself. It's available for Windows, Android and Linux. If you use Linux, of course tell me in the comments below. The project is fully free and open source, the only valid way of developing software, as far as I'm concerned. You will find all the links in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. You can also support me on Ko-fi so I can spend more time developing the app. That's all for today. Bye!